Okay, guys, full disclosure, this episode is a lot. I am okay, and I'm proud of myself for saying what I said. And also, I just want to give like a content warning to say that this episode is pretty heavy around, of course I also talked about grief, because when do I not? So I led with a conversation around grief. I do think part of the reason why I feel so emotional around therapist issue is also grief related, in that I'm still mourning the loss of my parents, which also is just like an underlying current in everything I talk about, everything I do. But I'm also grieving my private practice and being a therapist. So I think that grief is just such a huge layer of this episode. I really just cover so much, and I just felt myself as I was recording getting so emotional throughout. I just hit this wall where I just have to call it. So I just want to share that to say, don't listen to this episode if you're not in the mood today. With that being said, if you are a therapist and you feel really emotionally impacted by this system, you might feel very validated by this episode. I used to hit walls like this emotionally all the time when I was a therapist. The camera just wasn't on. So I do believe that so many therapists hit these walls just behind the scenes, and I'm choosing to bring this to the forefront. I did consider not posting it. I considered cutting out the crying, but I decided not to. I'm gonna let this be just super raw, super real. And again, if you're not in the mood today for an episode like that, feel free to skip it. I still love you. Thank you for being here. And if you are in the mood to hear a really emotionally heavy episode, I warned you. Enjoy! Hi guys, welcome back to My Therapist Said. My name is Stephanie and I am your host. Welcome back to the show, you guys. How the fuck are we feeling? Happy fucking Friday. Welcome back. Today's episode, honestly, we're gonna chit chat. I have talking points. I do. I'm gonna really read them to you out loud. Me crying over Bubs, LMAO. Okay. And then speaking from perspective that's not often listened to, but often labeled, the labels and how it makes me feel and what comes with that. And then risk tolerance, because I went to therapy this week and we have to chit chat about my risk tolerance. So enjoy. Oh man, did it take me a second to get here. Let me fucking fill you in real quick. Okay. First, we have to start with yoga yesterday because the spiral has been spiraling since then. Actually, no. Before yoga yesterday, the spiral started because I woke up at 12:42 in the morning. Okay? Okay. It's what's happening. Thank you. So I can't fucking sleep. I wake up at 12:42 in the morning, and then I pretty much stay awake until 3:45, and then I was like, it's 4, and then I was like, I have yoga 4:45, right? Okay, great start to the motherfucking Friday, right? Great, awesome, fantastic. So I go to yoga. I thought I was a bad bitch. I was in the front with my cutie friends, bad bitches all around me. The person to my right, I don't know, but she's a bad bitch and she's in the front corner. So I was like, let's fucking get it together, right? Wrong. So what happened is I was feeling pretty good throughout, and then I hit this wall, you guys. After we hit core and we lay down 3/4 of the way through, which my teacher calls me out. She says, you always have this point where you hit a wall and you give up, because I go so much that she knows, and it's mental illness, bitch. So I hit my mental illness point, and I'm laying starfish on the mat after core. I'm like, I can't fucking move my body. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm so tired. I actually don't know if I should be here, and maybe I found the wrong class, right? Okay. And I'm laying starfish style on the mat. I'm just taking a moment to myself, breathing, thinking about all of my life decisions. What am I doing here? Am I really a bad bitch like I thought I was? Probably not, etc., etc. So I go to join the class again. She's calling another plank, right? And I'm like, I lay down for maybe 3.5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. And I'm like, okay, Stephanie, get out of the dun, 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 you're going to die today, right? Get out of that mindset. So I go to join the class in a plank, and I can't.
I can't. My brain's like, get your ass down. We're going down. Okay. So I'm in a plank and I'm like, I'm just gonna, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna have a seat here. So I take a seat and I'm folding forward and I'm having my hand on my chin and I'm just like contemplating all of my life choices. Why am I doing this? What time is it? How much longer am I gonna die? I'm so thirsty. I wish I had water. I wish I didn't make this choice today. And then I hear to my right from the person that I don't know, she says, "Are you okay?" Am I? Am I? I said, "I'm okay, thank you." And at the end of class, I said, "Thank you so much for checking in on me. Like I appreciate you." And she said, "Yeah, I just want to check in on you because of how you work out." It's Saturday today. Full disclosure, yeah, it's Saturday. The way the comment, it sent me over. It sent me over because what does that mean? What does how you work out mean? My first thought was, am I doing it wrong? Right? Like, am I working out incorrectly and it's for a cause for concern? Or then the it's like angel devil, right? And then the angel side of me, which rarely speaks up, very very quiet over here. The devil be screaming. It's because you're weak. It's because you're doing it wrong. It's because everyone hates you, right? Okay, it's 5 a.m., but sure. And the angel on my arm says, well, maybe she's saying because you work out so much. But then the devil's like, that's not it. No. Like she's saying because of how you work out, which means that you're working out incorrectly. And that's the reason that you're a starfish owl on the mat. And still to this day, I don't know. And okay, let me just walk you through. So after that, I go to take a shower. Every shower is full. Okay, Stephanie, don't be an ungrateful motherfucker, right? Totally. But me in my wet shorts, in my wet outfit, you guys already know, the worst mental spiral space I could possibly be in. I'm dripping. There's a pool of sweat on the floor. I'm standing here waiting for a shower. And I'm like, wow, usually the showers are open at this time. Wow, I can't believe I have to wait for a shower in what? Dun, 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 over that comment that was made in yoga class? Right, okay. So I'm standing there, I'm dripping wet, and I'm freezing cold, and I'm thinking, wow, this is the worst, okay? And everyone showers steamy. I take a cold shower, 45 seconds, I'm in and out. And this is no shade, I'm just talking about my experience. So I see steamy showers all around, and everyone's taking their sweet time, right? And again, okay, fine. But when my brain is doing the thing of dun 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 dun, what did she mean by that? What did she mean by that? I'm so cold. Everything's so wet. I'm kind of struggling. Okay, mentally, I'm not doing well. And then I tried to tell myself, Stephanie, you're at a yoga studio. Like you're not, like you are very privileged, right? Where's your gratitude? I'm like this, I have none, okay? Because someone just made a comment to me in yoga class that I don't really know how to take. And every shower is full, and I see shampoo bottles. Oh, we're doing a full hair wash today. Okay. How much fucking longer am I gonna have to stand here for? Okay. And then I'm like, should I just change my clothes? Should I just get back in the car? And then I'm like, I can't, because then I'll be so uncomfortable, and then I can't do that because I have to do this and it's not even 7 o'clock in the morning yet. This is the start to the morning, okay? So, and then I'm starting to think I have a dentist appointment today, just to make it all worse, bitch, because I can't just fucking sit in my fucking little thoughts with just being present in what I'm presently upset about. No. I have to add, where's the file with all the extra stuff that can make you even more upset? I'm like, pull that bitch out, just so like slap that shit on my motherfucker, and I want to hear what else is wrong, Stephanie. I have a dentist appointment today, and I have to get one of my cavities refilled, and I'm upset about that, and I'm upset about this, and I haven't taken a shower, and I'm so upset about this, and So then I get into the shower, I take a cold shower, I'm fucking pissed. In my cold shower, I think, Stephanie, think about everything that makes you upset. What do you say to everyone online? You tell them, maybe take a cold shower, maybe see if that helps your mental health. So what am I doing? Taking a cold shower, ruining my mental health, thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I have to go to the dentist today. What did she mean by that yoga comment? What did she mean? Because of how I work out. Am I okay? Am I not okay? How many days should I take off? I'm so embarrassed. Should I ever come back? I get home by 7, and Bubs, look at Bubs. His little feet are on my chair. I felt him just now. He's like, Samantha, calm down. I know, Bubs. Yesterday was, you guys, it was a bad day. So I get into my car. I drive home. I'm home by 7, which is ideal because that's what time Bubsy wakes up. I'm home by 7. I let him out. I explained to Bubsy, bad day today at yoga. He said, really, Samantha? And I said, yes, let me tell you about it. So we do our morning dogs. We do our booty sits where he sits on my lap in the morning. I tell him about yoga, telling him. And then this woman said this, and I think she was trying to be kind. I don't think it was a big deal, but Bubsy, I don't know how to take it. And Bubsy, and then the shower, and Bubsy, and then this, and then that. And he's like this, calm down, Samantha. And I'm like, and then I have to go to the dentist later. So what's that going to be like? Right. So I'm like, and the day before this I had therapy, right? So I'm already mentally ill as fuck. And I'm processing everything from Thursday and it's Friday and I'm like, what the fuck? So I journal about it all. Does that help me? No. Does it help at all? Not even a little bit. If anything, it made everything 10 times, a million times worse. So here we go. The coping skills, the cold shower, the going to yoga, the journaling, everything is making everything significantly worse. So now what the fuck do we do? Right? What the fuck? What the fuck do we do now? Okay? Hello? Is this motherfucker on? Thank you. The spiral was spiraling, bitch. So I almost started crying, but do you guys ever get to the point where you're too tired to cry? You know? Like, the best way I can explain how I felt yesterday was the emotions were under the surface. They were palpable. Okay. I don't often use that word, but this is the way I need to explain this experience. The emotions were palpable. I could feel them under the surface and I could be like, and I was literally like, when are they going to come out? Like, what's going to happen to me? Like, I'm so upset. I can't even explain how upset I am. And part of it was that I'm fucking exhausted because I've been up since low-key midnight. Okay. I've been up since yesterday, pretty much. So I'm fucking sitting there trying to journal, trying to get it out. Nothing's moving. Emotions are not moving. And I'm like, you have to podcast, bitch. And then I'm like, I can't because I have a dentist appointment at 11. Can I get the podcast done early? And then I'm like, no, because I'm going to bring bad vibes to the mic, bitch. Because here's what happened in the morning. And here's what happens because when I'm really upset about stuff, I grab the file folder. I grabbed the file folder again. And then I said, you have a hair appointment tomorrow. Okay, I love getting my hair done, and I know it looks so cutie, so good. I know that, but I have anxiety about going to the hair salon because I have to go for so long. I'm there for like 3 hours, and then I wonder what are we gonna chit chat about, and then I get overwhelmed. Am I gonna overshare? Am I gonna talk about something stupid? Why can't I stop talking about my dead parents? Like, Stephanie, let it fucking go. Or oh my god, like I'm a drug addict. Like, why can't, right? Like, it's Stephanie. It's a fucking hair salon, light, airy, good vibes only, and I'm like this, like bad stuff, right? Bad stuff. So yesterday, I'm already spiraling about tomorrow's hair appointment, and I haven't even gone to the dentist yet. Are you guys happy you turned this on? I hope you're enjoying. Hope you're fucking enjoying. So I fucking go to the dentist, and in the dentist, I'm freaking out about the hair salon tomorrow. So, no. I literally was like, I can't podcast with all of this on my desk, right? I have too fat of a file folder of all the things I'm complaining about and worried about. I'm going to bring bad vibes to the mic. I'm not doing it. And I don't want to be rushed. That's my biggest thing. And I see myself when I watch myself back on the podcast, if I start thinking about something else, like, I don't know, social media or something, I could see myself like detached. Like, I see myself be like, oh my God, what about that TikTok? Oh no, I have to do a TikTok later. Oh no. Like, I can see it in my energy and I hate it. So I was like, I don't want to podcast and have this like heavy energy around me. I don't know that you guys can tell, but I can fucking tell. So I was like, what? I'm going to have dentist and hair salon energy on the mic at 9? No, I'm not doing that. So here's how I showed myself compassion. I turned on my heated blanket and I sat down and I watched the new Giggly Squad episode, and it was so fucking cutie, and I literally didn't want it to end, and I literally just airplayed it and sat on my heated blanket, and I said, Stephanie, you're going to sit here and you're going to watch Giggly Squad, and we're not going to freak out, okay? Because the way I was under the surface, I was ready to have a complete panic attack. Like, I was ready to have the most like dramatic experience of my life. But you guys, I was so exhausted and felt so dysregulated that I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even like show my feelings. I was just feeling like, what was the feeling even, Steph? Like, if we could take a second to name your feelings, what would it be? Like, almost like disorganized? Is that a feeling? Can someone ask a therapist? I would say yes, that's a feeling. If someone was to ask me, my client said, is disorganized? Yes, like in chaos, but also exhausted. What a terrible combo. So I'm going to continue. I go to the dentist, my dentist appointment. It wasn't just a teeth cleaning, okay? No, No, I have one cavity in my mouth, which I feel like is low-key a flex, just one. Thank you. And I had the cavity filled maybe like 10 years ago, like maybe like 5 to 10 years ago. And she's like, we have to like redo it. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't sound that bad, right? So what was really upsetting me in yoga is that I had 2 appointments back to back. I had the cavity appointment first, and then I had a teeth cleaning. Oh, easy, perfect. Okay, I knew it was going to be horrible. 2 hours at the dentist, can't fucking wait. So I also have some low-key like dental trauma because I have fake teeth in the front. Maybe I should tell you guys that story one time. It's not for today, but I just been to the dentist a lot in my life, okay? Like a lot. Like I've had a lot of surgeries, been to the dentist a lot, so it's like not really my place, okay? Not that anyone fucking likes it, but I really don't fucking like it. So I sit in this chair and the dentist comes in and she goes, "Hi, how are you?" And I said, just practice being normal, Stephanie. I said, "I'm good." She said, "We're going to fix the cavity today." And I said, "Fantastic." And then she said, actually, before this, I was chit-chatting about the podcast. And if you're listening, hi. One of the girlies that works there followed the pod while I was in the chair. I was like, "It's called My Therapist Said." And she said, "Oh, I followed it on Spotify." And I said, "Thank you so much. Because the least I'm going to get from this fucking day is one more follower on the pod." Okay. So, got to follow her on the pod. She's so cute. We're chit-chatting about therapy and how she can't find a therapist because everyone's out of network and therapy is so expensive. And telehealth companies she was saying that she went through BetterHelp, and BetterHelp gave her 4 different therapists that none of them she connected with. And I was like, well, unfortunately, you're paying them $30. It's just a realistic thing in the streets in 2026. And I will die on this hill, actually. Like, if there was a hill that I could die on, it's that if you don't pay your therapist well and you're putting them in an under-resourced environment, their caseloads are too high and their pay is too low, the therapists are going to struggle and the clinical care will also struggle. And this is the hill that I'm dead on. Thank you so much. So I did a little bit of that in the dentist office. So I wasn't fully normal, but I did my best. Okay. I did my best. Once the doctor came in, I was like, "Stephanie, you really need to stop with the like chit chat. And the girl I was talking to, she really got me. She was like, "Yeah, I totally get that." And yeah, I had to go through 4 different ones. And I was like, "I'm so sorry that was your experience." And you know, and then I was like, "Talk about this on my podcast. If you want to follow, it's called My Therapist Said." Dentist comes in and she said, "Oh, you have just like a little cavity." It's like, she literally said, "Here's," and I quote, "It's so cute." I said, oh my God, thank you. And she said, "We have this cool laser treatment that we can do and then we don't have to numb you." And she said, "We use it for pediatric dentistry." And I said, "You know what? If it's for the kids, give it to me. Give it to me. Let's do it." And she said, "You want to try it?" I said, "I do." So they wheel out this very expensive laser that I'm like, wow, mental health care is so undersupported and dentists are clearly getting lots of new technology out here, bitch. So where's the mental health care? Where's the one that's going to care about how our systems are broken and the portals are down, but you guys have lasers. You guys have lasers, bitch. Okay. Stephanie, stop clocking all the differences, but I can't stop clocking the fucking disconnect here, bitch. So they do this fancy laser thing. It does hurt. It does. I got through it. I didn't do terrible, but in my mind, I was like, if kids can do this, you can do this. Then I was like this, ow. Bubsy, no. Bubsy, come here. You waited all day for this. You're not leaving. Love you. Go boy. You're not leaving. You have to stay here. Thank you. He's like, fuck. So she does it, and it hurt. And then after that, hour-long appointment of the grinding, the rant, right? Just a bunch of rant. Are you doing okay? Rant. And I'm like, doing okay. I'm doing the thing that everyone hates, right? I'm getting a fucking cavity filled. People literally say in the streets, like, well, at least or they say things like, oh, I'd rather get a cavity filled than do that. And it's like, well, what if I have to get a cavity filled? What am I supposed to be thinking about this experience? Am I doing okay? Not really. Not freaking really. Are you doing okay? Rant. I can barely hear you over the rant. So she's doing rant, telling me, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm barely doing okay. Ow, it just kind of hurts. Ouch, bub. So eventually it's over, an hour in. And then she goes, okay, time for your teeth cleaning. And I'm like, fantastic. Fantastic. I can't wait for my teeth cleaning after this hour-long appointment. Let's do it, dude. Let's freaking do it. So they clean my freaking teeth, and then everyone shames me like they always do. She's like, your teeth are doing pretty good, except for they're not. And she's telling me everything I'm doing wrong. I'm like, why don't the dentists ever just like pump me up? You know, why are they always being like, and then you're not doing this correctly, and then you need to buy a water pick, and then you do this, and then you do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'll try to do better. I'll do my best. I'm doing okay. And then it's $550, and then I leave, and I'm like, okay, that was really long, and I'm freaking about to cry, and I don't know why, but I'm so tired. I literally feel like it's midnight. Like, I'm so exhausted. So I get into my car, and I'm driving home, and I'm like low-key, like, shaking. Like, I'm just like, I'm so over it. Like, I actually haven't hit a point today at all where I didn't feel fucking horrible. Like, I just am so mentally ill today. Like, the illness is at its fucking peak. And a huge reason why is sleep, dude. My sleep, if it's fucked up, I'm fucked up for real. So I fucking drive home and I tell Bubsy, we have to podcast today because it's Friday, right? Podcast Friday. It's like 2:30 maybe. And I just like, because again, I was supposed to do it in the morning. So for my second opportunity to do it, I was like, I can't. Like, I'm just feeling so... I can't. Like, I couldn't even cry, but I was feeling so still, again, just like disorganized. Like, I felt like my arms and my legs and my body and my brain were all on different maps. Like, everyone was doing a different thing. This one is worried about TikTok. This one's worried about Instagram. My body's worried about what happened to yoga today. My mind is like, that really hurt at the dentist. And then I'm like, and now I have to go to a hair appointment tomorrow. Stress. I'm waiting for people to be like, this is such a stupid thing to worry about. And I know, believe me, I'm clocked the fuck in, bitch. I get it. So I'm fucking stressed about my hair appointment already yesterday. I told myself, you know what? Let's just DoorDash a burrito and let's call it, dude. Let's fucking call it. Like, we're not, it's okay. It's okay. And you know what that is? Compassion. So I open up my journal, I start to journal, and then my DoorDash gets there, like right when I started journaling. And it was like, okay, not to get too woo-woo on the mic, but I'm going to stop saying that because I'm always getting woo-woo on the mic. I literally felt like it was like a universal like sign of like, you don't even have to get into it, girl. Because I was like, do I have to journal this out? What's like actually going on here? Like, I'm literally losing my mind. I'm feeling so ungrateful. I'm feeling so unmotivated. I'm feeling like I literally am so exhausted. Like, I can barely handle anything right now. And I started to journal about it, and then my DoorDash got there, and I was like, and we're not going to talk about this today. I wrote this down because my DoorDash just arrived. That's called compassion, bitch. So I went out, I got my DoorDash, and then I came inside, and there's a new Real Housewives of Orange County, and I was like this, okay, we're gonna be fine. Because you can watch Real Housewives of Orange County, you can eat your burrito, and we're going to call it. We're just going to fucking call it for today. And that's exactly what I did. And I felt the burrito was fucking fantastic. I felt better a little. I did cry a smidge. What actually sent me over to cry? I mean, probably just like I miss my mom was probably like what usually is yeah. You know, on the days that you're like, I should just call my mom. When you hear something sad, just for fun, I say my mom's phone. This is so sad. Somebody don't cry. I say my mom's phone number in my head when I want to call her to make sure that I don't forget it. And when I was having that day yesterday and I was feeling so horrible, I like said her phone number in my head to remember that I didn't forget it. And I never will. And that like allowed me to release my feelings. Like, I felt so like disorganized is the best word I can use. Like, it was just like pent up energy. Like, I'm not joking when I say my body felt disconnected from everything. Like, my body and mind were just like all over the fucking map. Like, I could not stop worrying. I could not stop obsessing. I could not stop beating myself down for everything I've ever done. Like, I really, like, in the morning yesterday, I like talked to Emma because I was like, I don't know about like social media. Like, I don't know that this is like my thing. Like, I don't actually know that. Like, I think everyone like hates me, you know? And I just don't know that I have the personality. I don't know that I have the vibe. I don't know that this is helping anybody. I don't know that if it's anything on my social media, I'm like, is this anything but noise? Like, I don't actually, I feel so lost. And I really told Emma that. And I wanted to tell my, like, by the evening yesterday, like, I was just so exhausted from carrying so much self-hatred. Like, I'm just going to be very honest. I was carrying so much self-hatred. I was just like, I don't want to, like, do this anymore. Like, I'm tired of, like, putting myself out there online for people to just be like, you're wrong, you know? And, like, why can't the comments of support outweigh the comments of hate? I don't know. Like, I don't actually know, but it's just so fucking hard. And then I feel like I'm just, like, screaming into the abyss sometimes. And then I'm like, I just don't have the personality. I'm not as funny as everybody else. Like, the self-hatred was so self-hating. I just, like, felt I missed my mom so much, because in those moments it's like you just want to talk to somebody that really fucking gets you, and that one person is gone, and she's been gone for 5 years, and I still know her phone number, and it's just gonna go to someone else's line. And I hate that, you know, like, I fucking hate that. And but, like, that's what helped me, like, finally, like, release my feeling. And then I felt better. Like, I really did feel better. Like, I let myself just, like, cry for, like, 2 seconds. But what's so crazy is, like, I felt like I was gonna cry for, like, an hour, because I felt like that's how many feelings I had underneath my like, chaotic energy. But I could only cry for, like, I cried for, like, a minute. Like, that was literally it. I only had the energy to cry for a minute. And then out loud, I even said, like, I literally feel like I'm too tired. Like, I'm too tired to even process whatever I'm processing, because I'm just fucking exhausted. And I just, like, watched Real Housewives, which was, like, a good just, like, check out. And I, like, went to bed. Like, that was, like, really it yesterday. Like, I literally just, like, went to bed. Like, I was just, like, I'm not so far from being able to podcast. Like, there's no fucking way. And I slept way better last night. And then this morning I woke up and I journaled and I, like, drank my matcha, and I felt a lot better. And then I went to get my hair done, and I, like, it was totally fine. I absolutely love my hairstylist, and everyone that works there is so cool. And I got to talk about my podcast again. I've been chit-chat lately about the podcast. I'm like, it's called My Therapy Said, and it's on Spotify. Like, if I'm gonna do one thing when I leave this fucking house, I'm gonna talk about my podcast, because it's the one thing that I'm, like, doing that really brings me joy. So I got my hair done today, and it was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like, I was, like, totally fine, Stephanie. Like, I didn't even have to talk that much. And I did mention my parents, because I hello, I can't not. And because she was asking me, she knows about, like, everything I've been going through career-wise. And so she's, like, asking me for an update. And I told her, I was like, honestly, like, I'm struggling to find my center. And I was like, I miss my parents so much in this moment. And I was like, my dad's been gone for so long, I can't even hear him anymore. And my mom has been gone for less long, but I'm struggling to hear her as well, because people always ask me, like, well, what do you think they would say to your questions? And I have no fucking idea. Like, I have no idea. And I even try to meditate on it. I go to the float tank and I think about them. I try to talk to them when I'm, like, outside or on a hike. And, like, there's just no answers. Why am I sad? I don't know. It just sucks. I'm just like, this grief is just never ending. I did not want to do this today on the mic. I told Bubs that too. I was like, we're not going to cry today, Bubs. Like, I'm just struggling. And, yeah. Okay. I went to therapy on Thursday, and it helped a lot, honestly. Even though sometimes when I go to therapy, I think it drudges up a lot of stuff. And sometimes the next day is hard for me. And that's exactly how this week, where therapy was so good on Thursday. I felt really good after. I was like, I'm a bad bitch. My therapist is so fucking supportive of me, because I explain, so here's how therapy went. I explain my experience currently where I'm losing my mind. Like, I'll tell her, I'm like, I'm losing my mind. I fucking closed the practice, had no idea what I was doing. I have a lot of relationships around me that are really struggling right now. I tell her about all this. I tell her about all that. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm 34. Like, why do I have no like foundation and root anymore? Like, everything is changing around me, and I don't know how to handle it. Like, am I losing it? Like, is this very bad? Like, is this like a crisis? Like, what's the vibe? And she just always reminds me, like, you're committed to personal growth. which hate to see it. And she was like, you're committed to personal growth and it's just hard. And she was like, your commitment to personal growth shows that your risk tolerance is actually quite high. So then I felt better because I was like, that's true. And you also have to get more comfortable being in this uncomfortable phase where you don't have answers, which I hate to see that, because when is it going to make sense? Like, when the fuck is it going to be? Like, why am I even in this moment? What's going on? Why am I doing this? Like, I don't actually, other than I enjoy it more than anything in the world. The podcast is like, I cannot explain to you guys. I love podcasting. Like, I just feel like being able to process my feelings in this way, and it's just like so cool. And when I talk about my podcast in the streets, people give me such positive feedback because of how I share it, I believe. I talk about, when they say, what's your podcast about? I say, it's about mental health. I translate the human experience, but I do it kind of in a funny way. Not me just crying on the mic, bitch. Do I do it in a funny way? Or do I be crying on the mic? I mean, I do say I translate the human experience. Isn't this that? You know, isn't this that? So people are like, oh, we like that you do it like funny. Like, that's great. And people, like, literally just earlier, I was talking to this cutie at the hair salon, and I was saying, I like to do this funny. And they were like, I don't feel like people do enough funny mental health content. She's like, I feel like there's a lot of content out there that's like, here's your symptoms. And then like a lot of like downer, like diagnosis. And this is what it means for people. And it's sad and all of that. And I'm like, yeah, I do think that there's a space for that, but I do also see a need for like an additional level of lightness and humor. And that's what this pod is. And it's like my safe space too, to process my own experience, my own feelings around, why did that lady say that to me at yoga? What did I do wrong? So I'm getting good feedback, and it's just like hard because it's like you get good feedback, but the internal process is like so much self-hatred. You know, like so much self-hatred. I wrote this down earlier this week around just like pushing against labels. And I do think about that because here's something that's bothering me lately and will not get out of my mind. So I'm just going to tell you guys so I can let it go. When people say therapists are crazy, I don't like it. Like, I've said it before, like that one post that I saw that one time with 2 million views around how your most unhinged friend becomes a therapist. It just feels like the narrative is so women are crazy. I can't get out of it. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. And all I do whenever I look at social media, which I probably need to take a break since it's upsetting me so much, but I look at social media and everyone's just like talking so much trash about their therapist. Like, everyone's just like, therapists are the worst. But I'm like, you guys don't understand the other side of this. And I literally wrote down, like, I want to speak on my social media and here I want to speak from a perspective that's often not listened to, but often labeled, right? So therapists often are not listened to, especially when we post online. Everyone's be saying, you shouldn't be posting online, you're a therapist. I'm not even going to get into the lore, but just know therapists are told to shut the fuck up a lot on the internet. And part of that reason is I think we're not, as a society, not used to hearing the therapist side of the story. Society wants to control the narrative, and the narrative is going to stay therapists are crazy until therapists are able to speak up about the reasons in which they are struggling in the system. I'm not saying every therapist is super mentally well, but I am saying that I believe that this therapists are crazy narrative has blown up so quickly because being a therapist is an extremely under-resourced job. When you're navigating being under-resourced, being quote unquote crazy, pretty normal because your needs are not being met, okay? Or if our portals are down, or our insurance isn't paying us, or maybe we have a caseload that's way too high, or maybe we're working for fucking free in an inpatient rehab, maybe we'll lose it a little bit. Maybe a therapist will act out a little bit. I'm not saying we're perfect people. I'm just saying that maybe we need to look at the other side of this. So I feel really passionate about speaking from this perspective of being a therapist because we get labeled as crazy so fucking often. I think it's so important that you guys see the other side of it. Also, it's not, okay, I'm not going to be on a soapbox today, but low-key I'm feeling on a soapbox today. Like, you guys, therapists often have mental health conditions, which brings them to want to be a therapist. Would you rather have a therapist that has had a perfect privileged life with no struggle? Would you rather have a therapist like that doesn't really get it at all and is like, oh, depression, never experienced that myself. Have you tried taking a walk? Or do you want a therapist that's like, okay, I've been there. I hear you. This is what we could try and do together to navigate this. Like, I don't understand because it's also weird, like, that people are like, Sorry, you guys. I don't mean to like, I know it's not you guys too. Like, I never want you guys that you're listening to be like, but I don't feel like that. I know you guys that follow the show. I know you guys are in the camp of the supportive camp, and thank you for being here. I'm just gonna pause to say this, okay? Like, thank you for being there and here, and I understand that you guys are a part of the camp that is supportive of therapists. I just feel like maybe if I get this out, you guys will also just like see it differently. I'm just hoping to change a lens, you know? I'm just hoping to just like, or even just expand a lens, you know, outside of this. Like, therapists get labeled so often, and I just don't like it. I don't feel like it's supported, because at the end of the day, so many therapists, I did that therapist survey where 241 therapists wrote in, and 65% of the people that wrote in made less than $80,000 a year. Less than 80 grand. Like, you guys, like, that means that they're like in the $60,000 range, the $55,000 range. Like, that's so low. Like, we're so under-resourced. And then on top of that, you're going to call us crazy? My only intention is just to shift the narrative. I think about other jobs that are under-resourced. Teachers, for example. Would it be nice if everyone called teachers crazy? No, we don't call them crazy. We're like, oh my gosh, can you believe that teachers have to buy their own school supplies? That's wild. We understand that teachers are under-resourced, so we create compassion for them. With therapists, it's not like that. Everyone thinks that therapists make so much money and then they're crazy. I'm like, no, we're drawn to this field because we want to help you. We care about you, and we're just trying to, and maybe we struggle with our own mental health. So we're like, oh, I would like to help other people that struggle with things that are similar to me. Like, we're drawn to the field for all different types of, I believe, really like genuinely good reasons. And then we get to the field, and the field honestly chews up so many good therapists. This field is way more challenging than it needs to be. We don't support them. We just don't. The barriers are so high even to get this fucking job. Like, I'm working for free for a year and a half at an inpatient rehab, working with CPS cases, working with kids, moms, reentry, straight out of jail and prison, like, for free, for absolute free, for free, for free, for free, for not a cent, for free. Okay, and so many therapists have stories like that. So why this narrative therapists are unhinged? You guys, come on. Where's the compassion? I get it that you guys think it's funny and that maybe I shouldn't take this so seriously, but the narrative feeds into like, how is this field ever gonna get better if you guys keep labeling the field as crazy? Who's gonna pay a crazy person more money? Who's going to help a crazy person fix their system that they're working in? Nobody. Everyone's going to label them and move on. And I'm tired of that happening, because I don't believe we should discard human beings that are in a helping profession. We're here literally to help you. The least you could do is give us some compassion and understand the job is really fucking hard. And it's not hard for the reasons that you think it's hard. It's not like the talking is hard or the emotional side of it is hard. No, we signed up for that. What's hard about the job is that everyone calls us crazy. What's hard about the job is that the pay is so low. What's hard about the job is it takes a lot of privilege to be able to have this job, because you have to get a master's degree and then the pay is trash. So without extra levels of privilege, whether it be a partner, family, financial support from someone else, like, without that extra level of privilege, this job is low-key impossible to get. There's such an issue within that. And I'm not saying everyone in this field has privilege. I'm saying if you have privilege, it's a lot easier to get into the field than if you don't. And these are systemic issues that impact our field. So we have to look at all of this. Are the barriers too high? Is there something we could do to better support those that are underprivileged to get into these roles? Because it is really important, right? There's just so many issues within this field that I hate that we just discard therapists and act like they're the crazy people. No, you guys, the system is crazy. Maybe I'm still a little mad today. Is this even usable footage? I don't even know what I've done. What have I done? I don't know. I don't know. I thought I was feeling better, but I don't know. I saw a Wall Street Journal title today on a article that said, "Are therapists to blame for this generation cutting off their parents. And this is what I mean. The therapists are always blamed. We don't have a good reputation. And I don't know what we need to do to shift this. I don't get it, guys. Like, are therapists to blame? And then because I don't pay for a fucking Wall Street Journal, I could only read the first line. And the first line is, many parents blame therapists for bad advice. First of all, if you knew anything about fucking therapy, therapists don't give advice. We guide, we listen. We validate, we guide, we listen, we validate. If we're talking, we don't give advice, guys. It was like the number one thing you learn when you're becoming a therapist. We don't advise. People say, what should I do? You help them get to their answers by listening to them further. Therapists don't say, here's what you should do. They just don't do that. Therapists don't do that. Okay? I don't understand why therapy is so misunderstood. I don't get why the public wants to dog on therapists all the fucking time when we're the ones helping you guys. I really had this thought yesterday where I was like, therapists are changing the world. Therapists are behind so many decisions. Like, when you really think about a person that goes to therapy, we are helping that person make different decisions in their lives. We are helping them change intergenerational patterns within their own life so they can change and break intergenerational patterns and cycles within their kids' lives. Do we not understand the impact of this work? Why is it not clocking to the world that this work is so fucking important? But then you have to come out here and be like, oh, we're to be blamed? What about the parent? What about the parent? What do you mean therapists are to be blamed? So we're unhinged, we're crazy, and we're to be blamed for kids not speaking to their parents anymore. That seems a bit much, no? And on top of all that, we make $30 an hour? Okay, EAP, I see you. Okay, BetterHelp, change your therapist anytime? Sure. Does anyone give a fuck about mental health care? Is anyone ever going to listen to therapists? Like, I really can't stop today. I really can't actually stop. Like, do you guys, am I losing my mind? Like, what is actually happening in mental health care in 2026? Why is everyone's voices the loudest that are never the therapists? Everyone's just screaming about therapy. I'm even fucking watching reality TV and they be talking about therapy too. It's like, you guys get that it's important, but then we talk about our therapists to blame. Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? It's just a bunch of bad therapist stories, a bunch of therapists being blamed stories. And it's like, God damn, how are we ever going to create more value in this field when the societal narrative of this field is so bad? The loudest voices are never the therapists. The loudest voices are never success. It's always the bad shit. And I don't get that. I don't understand that. And how are we ever going to move forward? Like, you guys, therapy is so important. It's literally changing the world. Every person that goes to therapy, at some point, a therapist impacted their decision making, so it changes all of the decision making for everyone in their little world. Do you not see how this extends to so many people? A healthy person that gets out of therapy and feels healthier is going to interact healthier with everyone in their life. And I mean everyone in their life. Conflict resolution, who do you think people practice with? With us. We sit there and listen to every single conversation that this person wants to have. We will have it with them. We'll practice. We'll role play. Let's talk about conflict resolution. And then for that reason, ideally, the client leaves in a happier, healthier space. So then their family is happier, healthier. It extends bigger than a one therapy session. Why is it not clocking to everybody that this is so impactful? Therapy is so impactful. And until we put more respect on the providers, it's going to continue to be bad, guys. If we started a healthier narrative around therapy being respected, honestly disrespected, then I believe things would get better. Your therapist would start making more money. Every time you guys repost, and I know it's not you guys, but every time people repost, therapists are unhinged. I'm like, and this is why we're not attracting the good people to the field. Would you want to join a field where everyone's unhinged? Would you want that job? Okay. Would you want to make $30 an hour under BetterHelp therapy? Okay. Right? That's what I'm saying. It really pisses me off. I don't even know I can use this episode today because I didn't realize I was so mad still. I like don't actually know if it's like I don't know. I like know it's like not even healthy for me to carry all this anger around this like field. And I know it's like not helpful for me to like scroll social media because that's like the worst place to be. But I think it just makes me feel really sad because it's like that's where the narrative is born though. And I don't think people are understanding you guys talking more shit about therapists does not help therapists get better. If you want to have a more quality therapist, then let's talk about the systemic issues within this field so you can have a more quality therapist. We want to talk about how you can't find a therapist that's a good match for you. Well, becoming a therapist is extremely high barrier and requires a level of privilege that not everybody has. We can't be paying people $0 an hour. I don't understand why people aren't even open to listen, because the minute I talk about this online or other therapists talk about this online, we get thousands of comments being like, you need to not talk about this online. This is so embarrassing. I can't believe you're telling people this. Like, what are we supposed to do? I've like actually never felt so stuck in a job. I've actually never felt so trapped in a system that literally is just burning therapists out left and right. Like, it's so sad, especially like a lot of therapists come to the field with their own mental health conditions, and we get them under control. We become therapists. We do our best to help other people that struggle similarly. And then we're so under resourced. We can't sustainably being mentally well stay in the field. My mental health condition is a little too shaky to be able to stay in a field that's not going to pay me at all for my therapy sessions. Like, I can't do this because I will lose my mind. So I have to quit. This is the impact of a system that doesn't work for us. This is that my clients lost their therapist. It's a story that many clients and therapists have, where therapists leave the profession because this is why, right? Okay. I can't even move on past this. I actually think I have to end it. Damn, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm like so mad about this today. Wow. Okay. I'm just going to call it. I love you guys so much. I'm wearing blue eyeshadow today and it did bring me joy. I was excited. But now I'm just feeling so like I wish people cared. Like, I wish people just cared just for 2 seconds. Just listen to a therapist just for 2 seconds. Like, before you repost that fucking post about how crazy we are, why don't you just listen for 2 fucking seconds? We are trying to tell you guys that we need help here. We are trying to let you guys know that your EAP session only reimburses us $40 pre-tax, pre-business expenses. We are trying to tell you guys that our caseloads are too high, but we can't be heard over the fucking BetterHelp ads that keep screaming to everybody, change your therapist anytime. While BetterHelp is one of the biggest telehealth companies in 2026 running mental health care, the therapists make $30 to $36 per hour. Their caseloads are so fucking high. Everyone talks about their therapists are bad. Yeah, could you fucking imagine making $36 an hour and having a caseload of 40? Like, why? This is just, I can't get off of this. I just wish somebody would listen. Why does nobody care? Stop fucking calling us crazy. Why can't just one person listen to us? And nobody in charge ever gives a fuck about it. You can just tell these companies are just not ran with the therapist in mind. But you guys, we are not robots. We are human beings. We are deeply empathetic and emotional human beings. If a system disrespects us on the daily, how the fuck else are we supposed to feel? I can't. I literally can't. I love you guys so much. Sorry. I have to go. I'm sorry. I just can't handle this today. I love you guys so much. I'll see you on the next episode.